Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. This week we're actually going on a little adventure with a bunch of people. So this week joining me is going to be Mark, and then we also have our good friend Cheddar, Rhea, Lynn, and then her two friends, and then our friends from Chilliwack, Adam and Alicia, and Austin. So it's gonna be a jam-packed day, guys. A lot of people are coming, and we're actually gonna go tubing in Chilliwack, one of our old favorite pastimes when we lived there. And I actually hadn't done tubing down that river, the Vedder River, by the way, in forever. I missed it a lot. It's super relaxing, and it's just like an all-around good vibe, especially on a really nice, bright day, which it was. So let's get right into it, guys. Here we go. Alrighty guys, so we started off super bright and early. As I said in my last video, I've been getting up pretty early for the past couple days, week? I'm not too sure, but I've been waking up at 7 or 7:30. I'm trying to essentially work myself down to 5:30 so I can be up before the sun, because I definitely want to do a nice little walk on the Granville Bridge when the sun is on its way up. I feel like that'd look really beautiful. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, so we woke up super early. I was feeling really energized. The sun still hadn't completely come out yet, but as you're gonna see in the next couple catches here, the sun actually just peeked out from behind some clouds, and it was showing beautiful, beautiful day. I checked the weather. It was gonna be 26 degrees in Chilliwack by the time we got there, so it was looking like a really beautiful day. I did a nice super cold shower to get my body ready and get energized and get ready for the day. Put on some clothes, packed some stuff into my backpack, which I was actually struggling with because I wasn't too sure what really to bring. Well, I didn't know if I wanted to bring an extra pair of clothes, which I actually ended up doing, and it ended up paying off because one of my friends actually needed some shorts, which I still have to get from her, by the way. It's Rhea. We all have things together, and we are actually meeting Cheddar at the studio. He was getting a moto, and we're all gonna mob with him to Chilliwack because Jack was at a wedding. So we made our way down to, and then we walked down to the studio, me and Mark, and it was a beautiful walk in the morning, gorgeous sun, and we walked all the way down the street and all the way down Howe to the art center, and crossed in front of the art center. The art center is so pretty. Honestly, it's probably my favorite spot here in downtown Vancouver. It's just weirdly open for something that's so, like, there's so many buildings around and so much congestion, and there's usually something going on there, right? A couple weeks ago there was an art installation, which was absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, I'm getting carried away. So we got to the studio, waited a little bit, Cheddar arrived, and then all we were doing is just waiting for Rhea. Lynn and her friends were actually in their own car, and they were gonna meet us at a Canadian Tire out in East Van. So we waited, Rhea arrived, and then we're like, okay, perfect. We have to go get some floaties, because we still hadn't gotten any floaties, because the floaties we had a long time ago, we all lost, unfortunately. So we go to the Canadian Tire right off of the Granville Bridge. You're gonna catch some beautiful shots of us actually just rolling off the bridge here. Not rolling off the bridge, but crossing the bridge. Rolling off the bridge. Wouldn't that be a quick end to the story? But we go and we park at the Canadian Tire on the other side of the Granville Bridge. And Mark was actually, he's been looking for some mint, and I think there was some there. There was a bunch of plants there anyway, so we might go back there just specifically to grab some mint. So we go inside and we're looking for different types of tubes. We're looking, okay, should we go with a boat? Should we go with the chairs, or should we just go with the straight up tube? I ended up going with a chair, and I also recommended to Cheddar to grab the chair as well. And there's some pros and cons to each. I like the chair because I like sitting up, and so I can see everything in front of me, and the tube, you kind of lay super flat. It's kind of weird for your back the whole time, and your bum is constantly like in the water. I don't know, maybe this is sounding super whiny of me, but on the opposite end, just your feet are in the water, and it helps kind of cool your body a little bit more evenly, I find, at least. So I got the chair. Mark and Rhea actually ended up both bunking in a tube. There's a ladybug on my window. Sorry, distracted again. And Cheddar got the chair, and then Lynn and her friends actually had this huge kind of tubing tube. And what I mean by tubing tube, you know those tubes that get towed behind boats and stuff? You know what I mean? Stay hydrated. Yeah, so we ended up carrying those tubes, and then we're also really, really hungry. After we got out of Canadian Tire and got all our stuff all set and done, we went up the street because we had to go to the liquor store. We had to go grab something to eat. So me and Cheddar went inside the liquor store, and Mark and Rhea went to JJ Bean, and they got in line because there's a huge lineup around the corner, and got us drinks. Of course, a tall iced Americano with some almond milk. They all ended up grabbing that, my go-to drink. And then they also ended up grabbing us some food. I got a chicken Medina, and it's just like chicken with sauteed onions and stuff. It was actually super duper tasty. We sat down, relaxed there for a little bit, talked about what we were going to be doing throughout the whole day, and kind of explained, because Rhea and Cheddar have never been to Chilliwack. So it was their first time there, and so we're kind of showing them the ropes, show them the river, because obviously they've never been there, and this is probably one of the better things about Chilliwack. Chilliwack is really beautiful with a lot of nature around it, so and it's just so quiet and peaceful. It's weird because when you're here it's super duper noisy and you're always hearing something happening, but there you go periods of time where you really can't hear anything, which is kind of nice. Not super nice, but kind of nice. Anyway, so we get going, we go to the spot. I'm getting dressed. We park at the waiting spot. I'm not gonna say where that is because I like to keep it a secret. For those who know, you know. And so we get out of the car, get all our stuff ready. So this is how we kind of set it up. So we have 2 cars at the beginning of the trail and 2 cars at the end of the trail. The reason being, when we float down the stream, it's a really long way. We spend like 3-4 hours on the river itself. To get back, you would have to walk if you didn't have a car at the other end. So we have 2 at the end, 2 here, and then once you get to the end, you just drive back to the other 2 cars, right? This is where I'm gonna leave my phone in the car, and we're actually gonna be switching to my GoPro, which I brought along with me. I didn't bring the selfie stick because for some reason I lost it. I think it's just back in with my other stuff at my mom's house. So I just literally have it in a sock inside of a net that I carried with me, where I also kept, and I actually ended up getting, I think kind of sunburned on my shoulders. I don't know if you can tell. It's a little red. A little tender to the touch. I'm not too sure. I don't usually burn, so I'm kind of confused. Anyway, so we're gonna catch some footage of me going down the river here, acting like a complete idiot. And actually, the chair ended up being a little bit more unstable than I thought, because you can't really lean all the way back because it'll just rotate right over. So if they would have put the little thing at the back of the tube a little bit further up, made it a little bit bigger, that would have solved that. But again, it was such a beautiful day on the river. Just like I know how this sounds. I miss water and like being in water, and like that river is so beautiful, it's so crisp, it's so clean, and so like, you know what I mean? It's like when you swim in the ocean and stuff, it's like salty, and around here it's like there's a lot of pollution. The river is just so clean and pure, and yeah, it's really nice. So tubing on the river, as I said, it was 3 or 4 hours that were on the river itself, so quite a bit of time. But of course, all of it was completely worth it. The trip down was so nice. There was a few sketchy parts, and I only had my flip-flops with me because I used to have toe shoes, by the way, guys. I was one of those people who had toe shoes, and so that's the shoes I usually wear when I go tubing, because there's certain parts where you have to use your feet to kind of like bounce off some rocks or some trees, and it just helps instead of using your bare feet. So I was actually doing a lot of kicking as in like paddling in the water, to make sure I wouldn't have to kick too much. But there's a few points where it would have been nice to have something protecting my feet. So we get through all of that, guys, and we get to the very end of the whole trip, and then my friends actually wanted to go to a little fire, so that's what we did. We drove up Chilliwack Lake Road and went to this really cool spot that some of my friends had found, and then we had a fire, and I'm gonna put a little bit of slow-mo fire here, kind of a little bit aesthetic. But yeah, guys, that was my time going tubing with all the guys. It was an amazing time. I definitely want to try to do it one more time before the summer ends, because it is so enjoyable. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider subscribing and give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you think the video rocked, or you think I suck. Let me know, guys. I want to give you a quick update on everything else. Conquer Store is gone. The music school thing is going amazing. Thank you again, guys, for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.